Hey guys, welcome to Your Best Interviews. My name is Eric Smith. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I know there's a lot of places that you can go, so I appreciate you spending it here. Today, what I want to talk about is just how to answer the interview question, what's your greatest weakness? So this oftentimes is an interview question. It's probably amongst the top 10 or 15 most common interview questions that's going to come your way. And so you need to make sure that you're prepared for this so that you're not caught off guard. You're not giving an answer that's going to hurt you in the process, right? The goal is to make sure that you're answering every question in a way that's increasing your odds of moving forward in the process. The tell me about your greatest weakness question is one of those tricky questions because you want to make sure that you're answering this in a way that shows that you're self-aware, but without actually hurting your chances of getting the job, right? And so what I've seen and commonly seen as a mistake or something to avoid in this question is people getting caught off guard. And so, the question comes their way, what's your greatest weakness? They haven't thought about it and they're on the spot. They feel like they need to answer quickly and not stumble on this for too long. And so what they end up throwing out is something that actually is bad and hurts their chances of getting the job. An example of this would be, I'm typically always late. Or, I tend to sleep in and be late in the mornings. That's a question or that's an answer that's absolutely going to hurt you. And so you want to make sure that you're avoiding those things when you're giving this answer. So when I say giving an answer that shows that you're self-aware but doesn't hurt your odds of moving forward, what I'm trying to give encourage you to think about is think about real world things in the office place or in a professional setting that could be perceived as a weakness for some, but also that you've given some thought to it and that you've worked around how to mitigate some of those weaknesses. So an example here would be, I'm somebody who, when I'm given a project, I like to fully own the project and feel like I need to have my hands on every aspect of it. And so delegating work can be a challenge sometimes. Because I'm aware of that, how I try and work around that or get better around this is I pick the parts of the project that I know I'm not the strongest in, and I reach out and try and collaborate with people who are strong in that area. And instead of micromanaging what they're doing, what I try and do is work alongside of them so that I can get stronger in that area. That's one example of saying, this is an area of weakness. I'm aware of it. And so this is how I mitigate that weakness in the work environment, right? It's another way to show that you're self-aware about something that could be perceived as a weakness, not necessarily is a weakness, but could be perceived as a weakness. But then also, what are you actively doing right now to get better at it, right? So that can be one example. There's a lot of different ways to think about this, but ultimately you need to do an honest assessment of yourself and figure out, what areas could be perceived as weaknesses on your part. And then what are you doing or what could you be doing to mitigate those for a hiring manager, right? Again, all you're trying to do is answer this question in a way that shows you're self-aware, shows that you recognize that it could be perceived as a weakness and that you take steps to mitigate or eliminate that weakness or lessen that weakness for the company that you're with today. What that's doing is just showing that you're somebody who takes active steps to improve upon weaknesses or to lower the weakness that could potentially hurt the company. So that's what I would encourage you to think about. Make sure that you're practicing this so you're not caught off guard. Getting caught off guard encourages you to give an answer that could potentially hurt you. So think through it for you. Think through how to spin a weakness into a positive, and also give a real answer. Right? Don't those answers of probably my greatest weakness is I work too hard. No one wants to hear that. That's not a real answer. It shows that you're not self-aware, right? So you need to really think through what could be perceived as weakness and how do you overcome that or mitigate that. They're typically not going to dive real deep and say, like, what's another weakness? What's another weakness? So you need to come up with maybe one or two weaknesses that you could speak to and how you can overcome or what you're doing to overcome those. Again, you're just trying to bat that question out of the way, move forward in a positive way, and increase your odds moving forward. Good luck, guys.